just actually take the larger point that you make. I got the gist of it. Confidence in the BJP, except in Delhi, where only one sitting member of parliament, Kartikeya, has been actually retained. Everybody else has actually been dropped, has been cast aside. What's the larger message that's emanating, according to you, Kartikeya? We're seeing these changes in Delhi, the national capital, the most dramatic sort of BJP calculation that there's anti-incumbency against sitting parliamentarians is visible in the national capital. Kartikeya, go ahead.
So, Barkha, I think the big takeaways that you were talking about, I have some takeaways from the BJP list and some from the Congress's list. My takeaway from the BJP list is that it's confident, it has fielded its big guns, and at the same time, wherever it has found that some calculations could go wrong, it has changed faces. So Delhi is one example. Haryana is the other example, where you saw this entire surgery in the state government and you saw the ex-chief minister moving to the Lok Sabha fight. That is, and Rajya Sabha members being given Lok Sabha tickets. Rajiv Chandrasekhar, Piyush Goyal, it is very clear that they want their top ministers to come in as Lok Sabha faces. That is an interesting message coming out from the BJP. So they are confident, but at the same time, they seem to be very clear with their planning, strategizing, and very clinical in their approach so far. And that is the sign of a party with confidence. The BJP has a lot of things going for itself. When a lot of things are going for you, they make you look better as well. So in general, that is holding for the BJP. Now, and the exact opposite is true for the Congress. Not exact, but to a large extent. What I mean by that is, Barkha, we've all said, and at least I have said for some time, that the Congress, its prospects in the Hindi heartland in West, where it is in direct fights against the BJP, will lie with strong candidates, because in these seats, the Congress's symbol and the national leadership is not able to pull through. They will need inspiring choices in terms of candidates. So far, the seats you have seen from Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, I'm not very inspired. Vaibhav Gehlot and not Ashok Gehlot, Nakul Nath and not Kamal Nath. Those are the kinds of choices that one has to look at. Gaurav Gogoi seems to be one good choice, but it was a given. But all the big guns that the Congress had, now was the time to field them all, because you are not going to get votes on your symbol or your national leadership in these states. These are the states where local issues and local candidates were to pull you to victory. So if you want to win 5 out of 25 seats in Madhya Pradesh, or you want to win, 5 out of 29 in Madhya Pradesh, or you want to win 5 out of 25 in Rajasthan, you need to give inspiring candidates. That is missing. Second, it seems a lot of things are on hold for Rahul Gandhi's yatra to end. And that cannot be how a political party works. Third, a lot of the safe seats have been Kerala, for example, has been declared. Chhattisgarh seems to be a safer area. But what about high-profile seats like Amethi and Raebareli? You are not giving out muscular messages that you're in for the fight. I'm just talking about perception. And I'm sure the Congress spokesperson will have enough points to defend. But I'm just telling you what I felt. And finally, certain things that don't ally with what the Congress has been saying. So, for example, the Congress was high on, women when the Women's Reservation Bill came out. But the last list that came out, at least I don't remember a single female candidate in that list. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because when Mr. Venugopal spelled out the age brackets, the caste, there was no mention of gender. So these are the things coming out of the Congress's list. It is a smaller list, conservative list, low on, inspiration, low on euphoria. The BJP at the same time, as I said, a lot of things are going in their favor, and they seem to be quite aware of what's happening, and they seem to be taking action.
So if we can just come out of these shots, please, because I actually can't see them. Kartikeya, the main point that you're actually making is that the BJP has pushed its big names into the fray, and the Congress hasn't done that. The Congress might argue that in the Nakul Nath and the Vaibhav Gehlot is the party finally moving towards its younger sort of generation. Otherwise, you keep saying the Congress is same old, quite literally. So let's open up the points that you've made. Rashid, we totally lost you. Let me try and just let you complete your point before we come to Anurag. Rashid Kidwai, please go ahead.
Yeah, so Barkha, there is no plan that, the Congress list is going to be over very quickly.
No, Rashid, we're having a bad day. Okay, you're back. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm saying,
sorry, we're having a bad day. Bad day with your connection. Yeah.
So the Congress has a very short list. Only 250 candidates are going to be in fray approximately. So it's not going to be 543 candidates. And the biggest problem in Congress is the best put
No, sorry, Rashid, we can't actually hear you. Anurag, let me bring you in. Rashid, every fourth word of yours is just getting cut off. So I'm really sorry. It's a real pity. Anurag, go ahead before I come to Asif and our Congress team.
Yes,
Yeah.
Barkha, I see a very good, a similarity in both the lists. Both the lists have focused majorly on winnability, whether it is Congress and BJP. But the BJP list, Barkha, it has got a very good substance. There are three important points. Where they felt in states like Delhi, there's a high amount of anti-incumbency. And Delhi has traditionally been voting on the face of Prime Minister, not the candidate. So they don't want to retain that. They don't want to push on to the candidate so that then they face anti-incumbency. So they replaced. In states like Maharashtra, very few replacements. In the first list, if you see 6 people, I would potentially say only 4 because Mr. Dotre's son has got the ticket, Preeta Munde's sister has got it. So effectively, technically for me, it's the same seat. It's a replacement. It's not a replacement. So out of 20, it's only 4 seats that they've replaced. In Maharashtra, they've been very safe. In Karnataka, they have replaced 50%. And also, one of the very good observation that I have, Barkha, is where they don't have a strong candidate. BJP has gone ahead for a future leadership. For example, Madhvi ji from the MP candidate from Hyderabad. They know they are not going to win Hyderabad, but she's going to come up with a very aggressive face of BJP, and she knows she's going to make a dent, and it's the strategy for the next upcoming elections. In states like Andhra Pradesh, they're negotiating for the upcoming election. So BJP, where they're weak, they are focusing on the future. Where they're strong, they're retaining. Where things are dicey, and they don't want to push towards on the face of Prime Minister Modi, they're replacing the candidates and making it a very centralized, presidential form of an election. So I think they have worked out their strategies well. It is clearly evident that Congress did not have a good bucket of candidates. Barkha, it's very easy to say, "Aapne Nakul Nath ko de diya," but और कोई candidate है नहीं. In MP, if you see the seats, there are people are not willing to contest on a Congress ticket. I don't want to take the name of a Congress president that I know about in a state who does not want to contest from his own seat. It's a state president. I don't want to take name, but I'm telling that they're all feeling that okay, मेरे को अगर phone आ गया तो I'll be in trouble because then I have to mobilize resources, a lot of other things that I need to do. So there are not many people who are very keen on a Congress ticket. That's a big problem for Congress.
Let's bring in the politicians in just a second. We're speaking about not too many risks or dramatic decisions taken in Maharashtra, contrasted, for example, with Delhi. But there is the concept of the disappointed politician, right? And that exists in every party. Gopal Shetty today dropped in Maharashtra. Not getting a BJP ticket. His protesters actually visibly demonstrated against that, which is very rare and unusual to see in a party like the BJP under Modi Shah. Before I come to Asif Bhamla and Kapil Yadav, this is what Gopal Shetty said after being dropped. Take a look.
देखिए, धरना आंदोलन करने का अधिकार कार्यकर्ताओं का है, वो करेंगे, 1-2 दिन धरना आंदोलन करेंगे। इस प्रकार के धरना आंदोलन पार्टी के नेताओं ने और हम लोगों ने बहुत देखा है, हम लोगों ने भी किया है। स्वाभाविक है, इतने लंबे समय से जिन कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ में काम किया तो उनको थोड़ा शौक लगना ये स्वाभाविक है, लेकिन मैं मानता हूं कि इस बार 7 बार मेरे जैसे व्यक्ति को चुनाव लड़ना और शानदार ढंग से जीतना और फिर उसके बाद में उससे शानदार ढंग से काम करना, जनता और कार्यकर्ताओं का सपोर्ट प्राप्त करना, ये कोई छोटी बात नहीं है। इसलिए जो प्राप्त हुआ है उसको दिल और दिमाग में रखकर मैं आगे का जीवन जी पाऊंगा। और अभी आज सवेरे ही मुझे मालूम पड़ा कि ऐसा निर्णय होने वाला है, तो उसके बाद में मैं नेस्को में एक बहुत बड़ा उद्घाटन किया। उसके बाद में बांद्रा मुंबई भारतीय जनता पार्टी के अध्यक्ष आशीष शेलार जी को जाकर मिला। अभी शाम को एक मलाड में चौक का भूमि पूजन करके आया, इस इंद्रायण 3 का। और मैं ऐसे ही काम करते रहूंगा क्योंकि मैं काम करने के लिए पैदा हुआ और पार्टी में मैं काम करने के लिए आया था, कोई प्रतिष्ठा पाने के लिए नहीं आया था, कोई पैसे बनाने के लिए नहीं आया। और मैं आज थोड़ा सुकून महसूस करता हूं कि मैं बहुत बड़े तनाव से भी मुक्त हो गया, क्योंकि मैं पार्टी के बंधन में काम करना पड़ता था एक मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट। बहुत सारा काम करने के बाद में भी कार्यकर्ताओं को जिस प्रकार का सहयोग मिलना चाहिए वो मिलता नहीं था, तो थोड़ा मन की खुलकर बात नहीं कर पाता था, तो उससे अभी मैं मुक्त हो गया हूं। लेकिन एक बहुत लंबे समय में कार्यकर्ताओं ने बहुत साथ और सहयोग दिया, इसलिए उनका भी मैं अभिनंदन करूंगा।
Okay, let's get reactions. Asif Bhamla, Gopal Shetty, they're clearly upset at being dropped. His supporters also being upset at being dropped. But yes, signs of rebellion are very rare in the BJP, whether it's Shivraj Singh Chauhan or Vasundhara Raje Scindia, or all the chief ministers who have been replaced, or Manohar Lal Khattar, who's now been nudged into fighting a Lok Sabha election. Most people seem to accept this quietly. What's the big message from the two BJP lists, Mr. Bhamla?
देखिए ये these are signs when you have a leader who's strong. You know, पहले भारत था लाचार, अब भारत बना है मोदी का परिवार. So वो अंतर होता है. और जब लोगों को पता है कि परिवार का जो मुखिया है वो जबरदस्त है और वो दमदार है, दमखम है उसमें, और देश को आगे लेके जाने की, विकसित भारत की जब वो बात करते हैं तो वो इतनी सारी ताकत भर देते अपने नेताओं में और कार्यकर्ताओं में कि नो, आई मीन गोपाल शेट्टी जी, आई रिमेंबर, आई मीन आई वाज इन माय youth days, in my NSUI days when we were in the Congress, when I've been seeing him as an MLA. Now he's had such a fabulous innings. He's done a exemplary job in his constituency when he was an MLA, when he was a Minister of State, when he was a Lok Sabha MP. So I mean, there is no reason to just remove him out. आपने कहा, you opened the debate by saying that there is no anti-incumbency against a top leader, of course, which is Narendra Modi ji, and we don't expect that to happen. But again, even if you ask me, our local candidates of Lok Sabha have also
so then why have so many? So why has the BJP dropped 21% so far? 21% of its sitting members of parliament, 6 out of 7 in the national capital.
I'm submitting to you. So that's what I'm trying to say, that there is no anti-incumbency even in terms of the candidate. But now it's a policy of the party कि कुछ नए लोगों को एक नई उम्मीद की किरण हमें चाहिए, एक fresh, उससे कहते हैं ना, fresh breather चाहिए. Now if you ask me, Mihir Kotecha is a fresh MLA who's young, who's swag, who's dynamic. He has replaced Manoj Kotak. Now last time Manoj Kotak was equally young, swag, dynamic. He was just a corporator. He was the leader of the standing committee there. So he was given. So such chances only BJP can take, and there will be only no revolt in a party like BJP. आपने सुना गोपाल शेट्टी जी ने क्या कहा? ये कार्यकर्ताओं का काम है आंदोलन लेना करना. मैं बहुत खुश मिजाज हूँ, मैं बहुत खुश हूँ जो मैंने किया, जो पार्टी ने मुझे दिया, जो मैंने पाया, मुझे उससे खुशी है. तो यहाँ पर जो है इस किस्म की लालच नहीं होती. Don't be surprised when any biggest and tallest face will be changed, because we don't believe in dynasty. We don't believe कि भाई इनको देना है तो देना ही है.
But you've taken, you have taken all the dynasts from the Congress. You have taken all the dynasts. Milind Deora, Jitin Prasad, Jyotiraditya Scindia, RPN Singh.
The Shiv Sena has taken Milind ji, and Milind ji is also very competent with a very clean and a very good image and a very.
No, I am making no judgment on Milind as a friend. I am making absolutely no negative judgment on his competence.
So what I'm trying to say is that कि यहाँ पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी में इस बार अगर आप देखो तो level of confidence in the leadership. Now candidate knows कि भाई हमें अब सिर्फ हमने 5 साल इतना काम किया है. अभी दिल्ली की जब बात आती है तो दिल्ली में of course the dynamics are different, because again we have an
okay, let's get Kapil Yadav to come in. You made it the point that in a party run by Modi there will never be any rebellion. Mr. Yadav, you've heard some of the critiques of the list that have come out from the Congress. I think Kartikeya Batra and Rashid kind of making the point that confidence is missing in the Congress, drawing up of names. The big guns of the Congress are not out there in the way that the BJP's big guns are being made to fight. Piyush Goyal is going to make his debut in his Lok Sabha election. Rajiv Chandrasekhar has been sent to take on Shashi Tharoor. That we're not seeing that kind of chance taking in the Congress. What do you say, Kapilji?
No, Barkha ji, that's not true. That's not true. Our General Secretary organization, Mr. K.C. Venugopal, is contesting election. Whom you want bigger than him? So that's not true. Let the entire list come out. You'll see the big guns contesting the elections. Just now, my friend said that we have pitched in fresh faces. Sorry to say, but Dr. Harshvardhan and Gautam Gambhir, they backed up from elections. And if that is the criteria, you say that you have to pitch in fresh faces. Why don't you pitch in a fresh face for the Prime Minister? It's been 10 years. It's been enough. We have seen him. So that's not true. And what Kartikeya said about Raebareli and Amethi, you'll see some big guns contesting Raebareli and Amethi. The CEC of Uttar Pradesh is yet to commence. Let us CEC happen. There's a procedure in the party. So everyone, the desirable candidate, the eligible candidates will come in and you'll see the list.
But Kapilji, even Rahul Gandhi's own candidature from Wayanad has been opposed. Can we come out of this now, please? Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. I'm saying Rahul Gandhi's own candidature from Wayanad has been opposed by your India Alliance ally, the left, right? And the fact that you haven't taken a decision on Uttar Pradesh yet betrays a kind of underconfidence.
No, that's not a kind of underconfidence, Barkhaji. He served Wayanad for last 5 years, and it is his moral duty to contest elections against. Otherwise, the Noida media would have again said that Rahulji ran away from Wayanad, and now he's gone back to Amethi. So they have reasons for everything.